evening on UNESCO night, which is definitely not something I slapped together after Mist made me sick. So let's go upstairs. We'll talk about it. It's going to be real exciting. I've even got a little special surprise treat because I want to do it. Let's go upstairs. I feel annoyed. Am I going to play Moondle tonight? I still don't know what that means. Is Moondle Wordle? I think I Wordled today, didn't I? Hold on. Wordle. Wordle. Go on, add to your 3-day streak. Do you want me to do some Wordle? I could do some Wordle. So, real quick, before we get into it tonight, I'm going to turn my fan on a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to play Mist because Mist was making me sick. I may end up getting sick again tonight. Who knows? My body acts weird in a bunch of ways. If things screw up, what the hell is Moondle? I don't know what Moondle is. There's no such thing as Moondle. If things tonight are wonky, yeah, that's just par for the course, baby. That's just how we do things in this crazy mixed up world of Roar Stream. I'm not really planning on playing playing Wordle. So how about rent? I know it's not rents, but okay. Yeah, I don't really care about playing Wordle tonight. Let me blur this. What the hell is Moondle? Moondle is a musical artist on Bandcamp. They're a musical artist on Bandcamp. It's probably gonna be loud. Watch your ears. Is this what you were aiming for? Jesus, it's loud. Magic realism meets jazz-inflicted indie pop. Oh God, I just got an alert on my phone that tonight's presentation of Luminous, the Symphony of Us, has been canceled. A big rip for all the people that were going to watch that show. I don't think that's what you mean, but we'll let them sing in our background for a little bit. Before we get into the main meat of the evening, we're gonna do the mUNESCO part of the evening. Do you remember on Moon Night where I got the Armstrong journey to the of a mouse to the moon, and it was a big wacky joke, and I didn't mean to get it. I've kind of been wanting to read it ever since I looked into it. So I think that's what we're going to do to open up the stream. It's a kid's book full of mostly pictures. So I imagine it's not going to take very long. But just as a final send-off for Moon Night, for Moonstream, let's experience the story of Armstrong, Journey of a Mouse. I really want to see what's going on with this wacky ass mouse. And until you tell me what Moondle is, that's all I know about Moondle is what we're hearing on the audio right now. All right, so the story of Armstrong, an adventurous journey of a mouse to the moon. This is a YouTube video of somebody else's book, but I did borrow it from the library. I have it in the other room. The Stargazer. A small paw turned the little wheel of the gigantic... This is some music we're listening to. Turn you down a tiny bit. A small paw turned the little wheel of a gigantic telescope, and a tiny bundle of gray fur peered through the iron tube full of glass lenses. Now the picture of the starry sky was perfectly clear. "Incredible," murmured the little mouse. Every night the mouse observed the night sky. He was particularly fascinated by the moon. At first it hung in the sky, fat and round, but then it became thinner and thinner until there was nothing to be seen except a narrow crescent. The following night it had disappeared completely. The little mouse recorded every detail of his observations. See if I can get in time with her doing it. All the mice in the town met regularly at a secret place. There were mouses and cartons piled right up to the ceiling, and their contents made this place into an absolute paradise for mice. The little mouse set off to meet his fellow mice there. Oh god, this one's going to be hard to see. So her lighting is terrible. He proudly showed the others everything he discovered through the telescope. The moon is a giant ball of stone. With shining eyes and a voice that trembled with excitement, he told them all he knew. The light from the sun is what makes the moon shine, and... The little mouse broke off in mid-sentence. He could see that nobody was listening. The other mice did not want to hear anymore, because they believed something very different. The moon is made of cheese. The tale of the big cheese. For mice, there is nothing more wonderful than cheese. Spicy or mild, creamy or hard with holes in it. Cheese runs a mouse's life, and so for the mice everything was crystal clear. The moon was full of cheese and made of cheese. How else could they explain it? The moon is a round ball and it has holes in it. Sometimes it's as yellow as Gouda, and then as white as Camembert. Sometimes it has a reddish-orange as Leicester. And now, all of a sudden, the moon is supposed to be a ball of stone? Oh, is this like a religious book? The little mouse tried again and again to convince the other mice, and every day he reported his findings, but it was all in vain. One night, the little mouse sat sadly on a box of Parmesan. He was all alone. The other mice had long since gone home. Pale moonlight shone through the small basement window, and it fell on his notes, and in the dim light he found something. Someone had sent him a letter. Not a big letter, such as humans would write. It was a mouse-sized letter. Quickly he opened it. Inside the envelope was an entrance ticket. Smithsonian? The mouse could not decipher anything else, but under this printed word was a paw-written message. You are right. Come and see me. How long does it take you to read? Thank you. Oh, the mouse is going on Hogwarts Express up to the Smithsonian. Someday, Kitty, you've never been to the Smithsonian. I would like to either take you to the Smithsonian up in D.C., or maybe we could do some sort of night, because the Smithsonian's really nice. A journey into the past. Nothing is too difficult for a clever mouse, said the little mouse with a smile. He had soon found where the mysterious letter had come from, and now he was on his way to see an unknown pen pal. For a mouse that knew his way around the humans, even long voyages were no problem. He had decided to take the train. In his luggage, he had packed some cheese and his notes. When no one was looking, he climbed onto a pile of suitcases and jumped into a carriage. The guard blew his whistle, and the train rumbled on its way. I wonder what I'll find there, murmured the four-legged passenger. You know, with this music, it does actually just feel like a Ghibli movie that's happening right now. This is basically a Ghibli movie. Wow, cried the little mouse. His squeaky voice echoed through the cavernous rooms. A museum full of human inventions. The little explorer trotted reverently through the hallway towards a staircase that led down to the basement. The rooms below were dusty and dark and packed with relics from past times. Oh, look, he squeaked to himself. Someone had done a chalk drawing on a wall portraying a little winged mouse. Below it was an arrow. The mouse followed the sign and found himself standing in front of a mouse hole. Oh, that's convenient. It's a little mouse Smithsonian? No way. No way there's a little mouse Smithsonian. No way. The mouse hole led straight into a large room with a low ceiling. And what the little mouse saw there took his breath away. Flying machines, hang gliders, and all sorts of weird and wonderful apparatus hung from the ceiling or stood on the floor. It looked just like the human museum above. To what purpose? To what purpose does this museum exist? But there were mouse flying machines. What is this place? Whispered the little mouse in awe. Here you can see the history of mouse aviation, said a voice that echoed through the room. How wonderful that you've come. So you've got our message. Out of the shadow of the large flying machine stepped an old gray mouse. He smoothed his stubbly whiskers, straightened his glasses, and very formally stretched out a paw to greet the little mouse. With the other front paw, he leaned on a walking stick. I heard about your discoveries, and I thought this place might be of interest to you. You see, there was once a time when nothing was impossible for us mice. We traveled the world and even learned how to fly. But at some time or another, mice became interested in other things. Yeah, like chewing through wires in houses. And gradually, they forgot all about their flying ancestors. The little mouse listened in amazement to the old mouse's tales. He was fascinated. So there had been flying mice in the old days. And if a mouse could learn to fly then by golly, maybe it was possible for a mouse to fly to the moon now. I shall be the first mouse on the moon, he cried. And the old mouse was like, whoa, wait a second. This is like Wright Brothers shit. You're talking about the moon. The next day, the little mouse traveled back to his hometown. His head was full of ideas and ambitious plans. The old mouse in the museum had given him a lot of helpful advice. Study human knowledge. Some humans are really clever. And so the mouse spent the next few weeks in the municipal libraries. And sometimes he even slipped into the university. Support our local libraries. But he soon figured out that the moon was a lot farther away than he'd thought, and nothing and nobody had ever flown as so high before. Higher than the clouds, higher than even the air one breathes. The moon circled in the icy, airless nothingness of space. You didn't know that? I thought you'd figured that out by now. I thought the Egyptians had figured that out. You're a smart mouse. So many problems to be solved, sighed the little mouse, but he did not allow himself to be discouraged. The next step was to find a way in which he could simply survive in space. He would have to wrap himself up safe and warm, and take enough air in his luggage to be able to keep breathing. It could work, he squeaked through his whiskers, and made a little drawing. He would need some building materials, a lot of building materials, and he already had a good idea of how he would test his spacesuits. Not sure what the foil's for. Oh, he's doing the little scene from it's the Grinch scene. I'll be just like St. Armstrong. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com, you say? Really? The hell? Oh, it's still on Moon, isn't it? I forgot that it's still a Moon train. All right, fair enough. This dipshit gets the Moon train because I forgot to turn off the moon effects. Oh well. Bye. I remember he was testing it in the fish tank. That's awesome. The spacesuit worked. The test was a complete success. The mouse would be able to breathe in space just as he could underwater. I can't imagine the mouse is gonna die. The mouse can't die. But the test must have given the goldfish the shock of his life. Okay, that sentence makes way more sense now. We read that during the Moon Night. The next task was a lot more difficult. How can one get to fly so high, to take off from the Earth and fly to the moon? Balloon? Airplane? Babies? For days and days, this question went round and round the little mouse's brain. Perhaps it might work with one sling, or maybe some kind of catapult. Once again, he made a little drawing. He said catapult and got really scared. I need a strong metal container and a lot of rubber bands or something like that. It turned out to be simpler than he'd thought. All he needed was to adapt an alarm clock and get hold of a pair of tights. In no time, he was sitting inside his brand new space capsule, ready for the first test flight. I think he's going to make it to space. Whoa. Do you think he's going to Kerbal himself into an ocean? That's also equally possible. Okay. I have a feeling he's going to Kerbal himself into an ocean. What are you saying? What could you possibly be saying?
Ready for the first test flight. There he is, if you can see him down there.
You can see him down there. With a quick pull, the little mouse raised the anchor. Boing! The elastic tights straightened to their full length and catapulted pilot and space capsule high into the sky. My Discord link didn't work right. That sucks. Everything was a whirl. The acceleration pushed the little mouse hard against the pilot seat. Hi, Glorp. What do you mean it didn't work? It should work fine. That one works. And let me test this one. Yeah, they both should work fine. I'm flying, he shouted, although he hadn't a clue in which way was up and which way was down. Very much a problem if you're trying to go to space. The space capsule zoomed in a high arc over the roofs and chimneys, but inevitably the capsule began to lose impetus. Oh no, have I stopped falling? Excuse me, have I stopped flying? I'm falling, cried the little mouse in dismay. With a great effort, he bent forward and pulled on a string. There was a whee and a whoosh, and a little white cloth came out the back of an alarm clock, putting a brake on his downward dive. Okay, at least he has a parachute. At least he's got a parachute. Also, real talk, this episode of Donald, like, messes with me. For some reason, like, in the old cartoons, when whenever they were, like, shooting a gun at a completely defenseless character, there was, like, a penguin that was about to get shot in that cartoon. Oh, God. This mouse is going to get itself killed. I thought he had the know-how to do this. I'm not sure why I did. He's a mouse. That was a disaster, moaned the little mouse, sitting in his capsule. It was anything but simple to get back on solid ground. The alarm clock was still hanging high above the busy streets. The parachute had gotten tangled up in a cable. The little mouse tied a few strings together to make a long rope and tied out his open-air prison. One thing was certain, a catapult would never fly him to space. Night was falling when the mouse trudged home between the tall rows of houses. Suddenly, there was a hissing and a flashing and a banging, and bright lights lit up the sky. You're a great narrator. You're a sweetheart, kitty. Fireworks? When he had recovered from the first shock, he hid under the bed. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The little mouse looked for a suitable vantage point which he could observe the colorful spectacle. And then he had an idea. This mouse is going to blow itself up. This mouse is going to Challenger itself. That's rude. This mouse is going to, what's the other spaceship that blew up? It was Challenger and the other one. Hold on. I'm gonna burn a jellyfish for this. What's the other space shuttle that blew up that wasn't Challenger? Columbia! It's gonna Columbia itself. The little mouse fastened a last strap. The rocket was now firmly attached to the underside of the rocket skate. All he needed was one more set of wings and a large ramp. Long ramp. I'm getting all these words wrong. He was putting together the last few bits and pieces, the central column and the firing mechanism, when suddenly there was a loud crackle and sparks began to fly. With a terrible roar, the engine fired. Oh, God. This mouse is not prepared for any of this. Oh, no, not now. The rocket sled shot forward. It hurtled across the room, spitting smoke and flames, and crashed into a pile of books, and I can only assume that says kink. I think it says kink. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. This mouse is causing problems. A thick cloud of black smoke billowed out the windows. The whole attic was in flames. At lightning speed, the fire cut through the dry wooden beams. The notes and drawings on the walls instantly turned to ashes. The terrified mouse could rescue only one of his designs from the raging inferno. It was one of him with his dick out. Down in the street, sirens were wailing and men in big helmets were shouting to one another. What a catastrophe, whispered the little mouse. Everything had gone up in flames. All his notes, the rocket sled, and even his telescope. Sobbing his heart out, he crept away from the scene, sadly dragging behind him the one design he'd been able to save. Sorry, I'm having a hard time figuring out where she is. Oh, the one design he was able to save was the rocket sled that almost got him killed. The giant telephone was not easy to use. The little mouse needed all his strength to dial the number. Oh, I've got a bell. Here's the bell noise. There was a ringing sound, and then a familiar, squeaky voice answered at the other end. It was the old mouse from the museum, which is incredibly convenient. I heard about what happened. Are you? No, the fuck you didn't. What do you mean? How? Are you all right? The old mouse asked in a worried tone. This is like 1954. The little mouse told him all about the adventures from the first attempt to fly, right through the disaster with the rocket sled. You must take more care, the old mouse warned his young friend. We mice can get easily hurt. They talked for a long time. And one more thing, be on the alert. The humans have got their eyes on you now. Excuse me? Is there going to be a human villain element to the story?
The trick is to say you're prejudiced against all races.
Something very funny to me about the that doesn't fit right about the where is the mouse. Where is the mouse? Is that Eisenhower at the top right there? Is that Eisenhower? This is the funniest scene in the book so far. The rodent saboteur. Excuse me. The little mouse was still furious with himself for not having been more careful. Now the fuzz was on him. Because in fact, the rocket had worked perfectly. The engine was unbelievably powerful. It didn't need wings or wheels or anything like that. Seems like a terrible rocket. He wanted to try again. His rocket design looked extremely promising, and he also found a new hideaway for himself. It had a fireplace and a chimney, which he could try out for a launching pad. First, though, he needed to get some new parts, but his thieving expeditions were dangerous. Men in long coats and dark floppy hats were popping up and sniffing around all over the place. What the old mouse had said was true. Humans were out hunting for the little thief and arsonist. You're gonna do all the M sound effects? I like where your head's at. I can't even think of it.
If you show the penis again, I'm gonna be mad.
That was just an excuse to play Mad Penis, wasn't it? I don't even remember what my other M sound effects are. The rocket was almost ready. It stood there sparkling in the soot-covered fireplace. A tower of silver cans, each with its own engine. One by one, he would fire them and shoot the capsule up to heights that had never been reached before. There's no way this thing's...
I made that up.
There's no way that thing... this is going to be airtight, right? There's going to be... I still need to do we should do an other M watch party. Like, not to play the game because that sounds terrible. Hi, Grandfather. But
Alexander
pulls out his magic map. It's a tower of silver cans, each with its own engine. One by one. Okay, we did that. With a metallic snap, the top section snapped shut, all ready for takeoff. The little mouse slipped into his spacesuit. The rocket was full of fuel. Cheese, bread, and water had been safely stowed on board. The mouse reached for his space helmet.
Here, I'm getting I'm on.
This is a long one. I'm gonna take a drink. Ordnance! Maybe watch.
I'm gonna
Make stuff happen. But you work on your own time, because I know that you're big. A little mouse full of cheese. He reached for his space helmet. Suddenly, there was a rattling sound on the staircase leading to his front door. Is it the fuzz? Did the fuzz show up? Oh shit, it's the fuzz. You gotta take off that. Oh god. Darn, the floppy hats, moaned the mouse. The humans had found his hiding place, somehow. Panic-stricken, he raced through the front door, skidded across the smooth floorboards, and
yes,
reached...
it's true. This man has no dick.
And this man has no dick, and reached the fireplace with seconds to spare. Is he just gonna take off, like, now? Are there proper conditions for this? Oh no, you're just gonna take... That's not how space works. You can't just take off whenever. That's a good Roar TV channel. Library is a good episode. Dogs came chasing after him. Meow. Dogs came chasing after him, barking and growling, and the floppy hat shouted things he couldn't understand. He grabbed hold of his helmet, raced up the ladder, slammed the hatch behind him, and pressed a large red button. The capsule groaned and began to shake. The pressure forced the little mouse back hard.
Once your pizza's delivered, have some fun with Miku.
You having fun there, Feelanoid? Into his seat. He could scarcely move. With a loud hiss, the rocket shot up through the chimney shaft and then up the chimney itself. A huge flame blazed from beneath the rocket. and Sega, leaving a cloud. I have a lot of M sounds. Leaving a cloud of thick smoke behind it. The floppy hats were left standing there, faces black with soot. They crowded together at the windows, pressing their noses flat against the glass, and watched the sparkling rocket fly upward. You said you were doing this? You did say you were doing this, yes. With a little astronaut on board. The mouse had escaped, but when they searched his hideaway, they found somewhere between 700 billion and $1,300 billion. They found that's what they found. They found something else. What did they find? What did they find in his hideaway? I don't know what they found. Minsk. Okay. The bean can falling off in the first stage separation, real funny. There's so much that they're not explaining. First of all, he seemed to have taken off in what could only be described as near hurricane conditions.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
The blue sky grew darker and darker, as if suddenly night was falling. The stars were shining from the deep, dark blackness of the universe. Far beneath the mouse and his space capsule, the continents of planet Earth whirled past, and the...
I love you, Dad! And all those money shots!
Any idea what that word is? I can't see that word. And the ocelots shone in the moonlight, or sunlight. Like a beautiful blue-green jewel, whispered the something mouse admiringly. You need to work on your camera. Little mouse. Oceans shone in the sunlight. Those are the words we were looking for. We're almost done, I think. He released his safety belt.
Leaveth, if you say more needles, I'm gonna beat the living
crap out of you. The force of the movement was no longer pressing him back into his seat. In fact, it was the opposite. He now floated weightlessly around the little capsule, accompanied by his helmet and a few bits of cheese. Next stop, the moon, he announced in a loud and cheerful voice, although there was no one to hear him. He could see the moon through his peephole. I'm a child. Small and round, it hung in front of the starry sky.
We would have missed this for anything.
You said it, Mr. Celery. But as each day passed, it became bigger, and soon it no longer fit in the tiny window. So, how are you going to break? How are you going to land on the moon? No. You're not doing that. No, that's not how that works.
Wow. I had
Mustard? The little mouse's voyage through the dark void of space took 3 days, but now the moon was very large indeed. Its flowery white surface was covered with craters, some big and others small. They were really nothing like cheese holes. The little mouse floated in his pilot seat.
I want to hear how this ends, then tell her
my dream. Let's just go. And fastened his safety belt. He would begin the landing procedure shortly. The engine swirled up in a cloud of gray dust. Then the capsule landed, and with a beating heart and a marveling mind... My penis unbolted the hatch. Which, honestly, I think is a pretty good trick. You know, I don't think I get the appreciation for that. Okay. He made himself a little spacesuit. There's no way that thing is... No. No. None of this... No.
Oops. Wrong room. Sorry, we're excited.
God,
my wife just killed herself.
I have so many M sound effects. Wild. With unexpected ease, this little mouse bounced over the dusty surface of the moon. Tiny hops... Why is Rent-A-Center calling me? Why am I being called by Rent-A-Center?
Yeehaw! God damn, I sure love shooting shit.
They didn't answer. I picked up the phone and they weren't there right away. With unexpected ease, the little space mouse bounced over the dusty surface of the moon. Tiny hops turned into giant leaps up here. He studied the craters all around the spot where he'd landed, and he examined the moon rock. Rent a rocket to the moon. I kind of wanted to talk to them. Like, first of all, why the hell are you calling it 8:36 p.m.?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Okay, why are you starting over at A? Because there's no longer M's. I'll take this little piece of stone with me, he squeaked, as evidence to show the other mice. After many hours of research, he climbed back into his space capsule.
That was awesome!
Without a sound, the flying machine took off. Left behind were countless paw prints and one very special flag. They have M in them. America. Well, I want to see the flag that he left. After 3 days, the little mouse returned to planet Earth. With what food? You had 3 days of oxygen?
Call me back if you get a free moment. I just wanted to
lord over you.
Lord over you for a little bit longer.
He didn't need his rocket anymore. With a quiet hissing sound, it freed itself and floated slowly away. The tips of the space capsule went plunging to Earth, and the capsule began
Jeff Bezos came, Bill Gates came,
That's not...
Mark Zuckerberg came. Many of them came numerous times. The bankers
feeling...
have all come. Everybody's coming.
This act is over.
I have a feeling that the that Armstrong Journey of a Mouse to the Moon does not have your rapt attention. It's subtle. We're almost there, guys. Come on. We're so close. The space capsule, now somewhat blackened, slid through the cloud on 3 small red parachutes. Inside sat a very relieved little mouse. I'm home again, he cried joyfully. Hi, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Bump. The capsule hit the ground. The little mouse unfastened his safety belt and unbolted the hatch. Fresh air gushed into the capsule.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
He stuck his head through the little round opening, and what he saw moved him to tears. We're getting through this. We're getting through this shit. Now it's just a matter of obstinance. This has nothing to do with Redwall. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Redwall never reached this level of technology. Oh, all the mice!
This is already over.
All the mice came to welcome him back to Earth. The little mouse was very happy. His mission had been a complete success. It was not long before the story of the space adventure was being told to mice over the country. There was not a mouse who now believed the moon was made of cheese. And the humans? Most of them knew nothing about all the excitement in the mouse world. I can't believe they're trying to pretend that the mice went to the moon before the humans did. However, just a few were soon sitting with whirling brains over the mouse-sized rocket designs, and in due course they also came up with a wonderful plan. Oh, the humans stole the design from the mouse. Got it. I see.
Oh, I'm a dumb dog.
I see. And so on July 21st, happy birthday! July 21st, my birthday! And on July 21st, 1969,
I get hard protecting my family.
Bro.
the first human stepped onto the surface of the moon. Happy birthday! But scarcely anyone knows what he found there.
Isn't it something? Send a city
Stream's
kid
a
to
fucking
college
mess.
for 7 years, and what happens? She becomes a farmer.
Stream's a mess. Of course, there were some who knew about the little moon mouse, and they named him Armstrong. That way, he had the same name as the first man to step on the moon, and that meant that nobody could possibly give away the secret by accident, because whenever anyone asked who was the first to step on the moon, the answer was simply,
Hello, I am you.
I am you.
You am I.
And you am I. I think the rest of this book just goes into, just into people. Okay. Jesus Christ. Are we done? That was fun. That was the Armstrong Journey of a Mouse to the Moon. And I'm going to be honest.
You're just trying to impress me.
Took way longer than I thought it would. I thought that would be like 20 minutes. It was longer than that. So today, like I mentioned earlier, we were supposed to play Myst. Myst, I'm pretty sure is what made me violently nauseous. So we will not be playing Myst, unfortunately.
I've learned that platonic love can exist between two grown men.
If I ever get more than like 2 or 3 people playing sound alerts, I'm gonna have to put on cooldowns. I'm gonna have to. I would have to. I'd have absolutely no reason. I'd have no room to talk at all. If there was like people actually using them,
God, I love money.
I'd never be able to talk.
Being sarcastic.
Anyways, so I've had this idea in the back of my head. I've been playing. I've been playing the. Why doesn't that work for you? Of course, it doesn't work now. Are you? Awesome. Obama. Getting sick isn't a weakness, it's a natural part of life. Playing Myst or any other game isn't a sign of weakness either. Take care of your health, stay hydrated, and rest when needed. It worked when Brad was doing it last time. Anyways, I want to do the UNESCO sites.
That's a bloody outrage, it is.
I'm going to take it all the way to the Prime Minister. And what I want to do is take a look at all of the mountains. Because mountains are M words. So I've made myself a little thing.
Hi, Mr. Prime Minister!
And we're going to take a look at some random mountains. We're going to take a look at this one. We're going to do randomized. And we're going to start with Mount Kenya National Park, which is a UNESCO heritage site known for its stunning beauty, blah, blah, blah. It's known to Africa's second highest mountain, Mount Kenya. To enjoy it best.
Same song.
All right, playing that same song. Here we go. To enjoy Mount Kenya best, we need to go for a hike or see or hike to see the majestic landscape. Let's go see Mount Kenya in the Mount Kenya National Forest. Do we think that they had a drone shot? Do we think that there's a ooh, oh, look at this.
Just send money. How about 10s and 20s?
10s and 20s. So what I wanted to do tonight was take some time and rank our best scenes of what we would get if we went to some of these national sites. This is Mount Kenya National Park. It's a UNESCO heritage site. And I'm gonna be real.
You shot my gun, goddammit!
It's beautiful.
You're not supposed to shoot a person's gun? Oh, God, that pisses me off!
I think that Mount Kenya is beautiful. Now, do we get to see the mountain? I would like to see Mount Kenya, like Mount Kenya proper. But that said, I am really liking this.
Smoke weed every day.
Should rank them only by height. That's actually really funny. I want another site. Hold on, let me see this. Let me look up the Wikipedia for Mount Kenya National Park. See if there's any exciting information.
For a while.
Yeah.
It was established in 1949 to protect Mount Kenya, to protect its surrounding environment. Volcanic. It's pretty.
Dad, why did you bring me to a gay steel mill?
I don't know.
It's a pretty area. Let's see where the bumps are. Oh, the bird. Like, I want to see the actual do we think this is Mount Kenya? Right here?
Stay away from the summoner!
Do we think this? Oh, look at all these people. Are they all at the summit? Where would we rank Mount Kenya National Park? Honestly? I mean, it's cool.
What do you say? What do you say? You little brat? You have never thanked me.
You're gonna make me put on a cooldown. I'm gonna do it. You've got to be running out of them by now, right? There's got to be some that don't have M's in it. Honestly, like, this is nice. But I've been to several parks just like this in America.
The army can't live in your house.
I love the buildings audience in the background there. This feels very much like Montana. And it's nice. It's pretty. I don't know if I would rank it incredibly high. Although, it is amazing to see all of that just open area. I don't know. I want to see Mount Kenya itself. Mount Kenya hike. Like, I want to see... Is it... So this is Mount Kenya.
I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe.
Like, where's the actual summit of Mount Kenya? See, honestly, I'm not... The park itself... That's a butt. Clothed butt. Still a butt. Other than the mountain, not really a whole lot going for it at Mount Kenya National Park. I'm like, where is it? Mount Kenya National Park.
What a shame.
What a shame. I'm gonna put you in C tier. Other than Mount Kenya, not really a whole lot going for it right there. What else do we got? We're gonna go to Xiangxiang, also known as the Heavenly Mountains. To make the most of our visit, do a
More and more women are doing that.
go to a cable car ride to see the mountains from above. The views of the snowy peaks and green valleys are unforgettable. Don't miss the beautiful lake areas like Sarum Lake at the Zhangjiang Piang. Let me see. This is Armstrong, the book. I don't want to read that. Hold on one second. One second. Just gotta do something real quick. Just gotta stop. Of course, it's not gonna let me. The one time I want to do something. There you are. Thank you. If you could be anywhere on Earth, Ruth, right now, if I could be anywhere on Earth, where would I be? Probably right here. Northwest Territories. Where? Hold on one second. I want to see where it sent us. Zhangjiang. There we go. If I could be anywhere on Earth. This is AI, isn't it? I mean, usually my go-to is like in the Caribbean. Like being on an island in the Caribbean or on a cruise line. I mean, Zhenjiang seems nice. I do like the way you can see just the wrinkles of the land. It's just amazing. Like hold on. Why the land so wrinkly? It's a beautiful no. Okay, that's broken. Never mind. That's broken. Never mind. Oh, what do we got here? We got some statues. Okay, there's more going on than just the mountain, or at least so far that we've seen in the videos. I like the really big tables. I really like the really big tables so people can take silly pictures of themselves. Like, that's really silly. What is happening right now? It's pushing buttons that it's not supposed to be pushing. Is that a camel? Now, see, this I like. You like those rolling hills more than the Mount Kenya blasted mud desert look? Yeah, I kind of agree. It's very green. I love green. What were you saying, Feelanoid? TM, the more you know, the more you know. Okay, thank you. I will put that in the scribble pad. Boop. We'll fix that later. This is very nice, and I like that there seems to be, and I'm not, you know, obviously we don't get a lot of time to look at Mount Kenya. We're not going to get anywhere close, not even remotely close to done with this list. So this isn't going to be a real tier list, or at least not one that I can finish tonight. But we'll try and get through a couple. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on each location. Oh, I like this. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful right here. I like this area. It seems like it is very accommodating and lovely. There's lots of actual tourist like accommodations for people. I like it. Where's the Xinjiang? Where is it? Xinjiang Tianxian. I'm gonna put that in B. That's a solid B. I like that. Nothing really to complain about. Okay, Huascarin is in Peru. It's a place where nature's beauty is on full display, with towering peaks like Huascarin. All right. To take a peek, to enjoy it in the coolest way, go on a trek or hike in the scenic trails, especially around the lakes and glaciers. Try some mountain climbing or visit Huascarin mountain itself. All right, let's go check it out. Let's go see the mountain, maybe. Drone views. That's what... See, I would love to get drone views the most. All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting very... Ooh. What's going on with this video? Is that in the video? That's lovely. I do like the glacier. There's something very cool about seeing glaciers, and probably going to be rarer and rarer the older we get. I'm not even in Twitch viewer. There we go. Now I am. Nice shirtless guy. Whoa, I didn't know a drone would be here. Oh, that does sort of have a Riven sort of color palette to it. I didn't even put up the VOD for Myst. We didn't even do anything in Myst. We wandered around for like what, 40 minutes tops, just sort of looking at shit, not getting anything done. This place is lovely. I like this. Now the question is, is there anything to do here? Like, I think a big part of these mountains, and this is not fair per se to all locations, but a big part of this is there accommodations for people who visit to do to enjoy? Was that some dude's music video? It might have been. Let's see. It sounds like very generic garbage. No, not garbage, just very generic music. Doing things in Myst is a sucker's game. The white book you need. Well, I do remember, massive spoilers for Myst. I do remember that both the red and the blue book both have bad guys. Like, if you get both pages for both guys, like it'll both of them end up trapping you in the book forever. That's like, I'm gonna be real, that's the reason I wanted to play the game, is because I want to know what was going on with that. And I know there's like a third guy that you have to go that'll go help you out. How about let's do a tour of the Huascarin National Park. Oh, here we go. Huascarin National Park, Peru top attractions.
What if I told you there's a place in Peru where nature defies imagination?
I'd tell you you're full of shit.
Let's uncover the wonders of Huascaran National Park.
Tell me more.
Yanganuco Lakes in Huascaran National Park. The turquoise waters of Yanganuco Lakes, nestled between the towering peaks of Huascaran and Huandoy Mountains, are a sight to behold. These glacial lakes, Chinangcocha and Orconcocha, offer breathtaking reflections and serene landscapes.
I'm sorry. Hiking to Lagoon 69?
Laguna 69.
What? Why is it called that?
Laguna 69 is a hidden gem within Huascaran National Park, known for its vibrant blue waters. This high-altitude
It's right past Falacia Lake.
Located at 15,091 feet, is reached by a challenging hike through diverse terrains, including lush valleys and rocky ascents. The journey is tough, but offers stunning views of waterfalls.
I like the waterfall. That's cool.
And the pristine Laguna.
I'm not gonna lie. All I've seen so far is you can walk around there, which isn't really a huge incentive for me to want to go visit it.
The trek,
69
view
is generally the sex number. 420 is the funny number. They're all the funny numbers. Where's that one meme? It's fun with the 69. That's the funny number, and no one knows why. Here we go. There's an archaeological site. This could be fun.
Step back in time at Chavin de Huantar, an ancient archaeological site that predates the Incan Empire.
This is predates Incan. Wow. This is a very cool view here, just seeing the upward momentum of the earth. That's very neat.
This UNESCO World Heritage Site.
The weed number is higher.
Impressive stone
Very true.
carvings.
I get it. Higher.
Intricate underground passages and the famous Lanzon monolith. Located at the confluence of two
I'm not gonna lie. Huascaran is cool. It's neat. Like it's fun to look at, but there's not really a lot to do there. Where's Huascaran? I didn't. I thought this would be easier to find. Where is it on the list? I don't see it. Where is Huascaran? We'll keep an eye out for it. It's not Huang Lang. Huascaran National Park, wherever that is. There it is. It's right in front of me. It's right in front of my face. All right, that's going to go in C, right above Kenya. It's fun, but there's not really a lot to do there. It's C, for what from what I was able to see. What do we got next? Yellowstone. Where do we want to see at Yellowstone? We want to go see Old Faithful. Is that what we want to see? I don't think they allowed drones in Yellowstone. Do they? Somebody had to just do it anyways. I'm gonna mute that. There we go. No thanks. You're deliberately misidentified. It was a little joke, a little jibe, a little jib. Yellowstone, the place where you go and sometimes trip to death. Yellowstone, the place with signs that have kids burning their feet off. I've been to Yellowstone. When did we go to Yellowstone? Kitty, Sean, anybody? It was like what? It was during COVID. We went at the absolute grossest time to go on a vacation. It was like, when was it? It was like July of 2020. Oh, we were gross. Ugh. Great vacation though. Who's the one? Was it Liam Neeson who sort of just roamed off of the path at Yellowstone? Like, Yellowstone is so good. I want to see Old Faithful go off. It was late fall. Old Faithful. Oh God, you remember this? Could you imagine the unmitigated non-concern of these tourists? Very slowly, like, it takes them a good long time to think, you know, we should probably head back. And then they just sort of mosey. Yeah, get running. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. It's a little funny. Oh God. Let's look Old Faithful in HD. We saw Old Faithful. It was fine. I was so sunburned. I that day that we trekked all around Yellowstone, I got so sunburned, and I was just a cranky asshole the entire time. And I feel bad about that, but I felt so miserable. Yeah, that's something they don't tell you about Old Faithful is it's kind of boring. Let me speed it up just a tiny. Come on, get out of there. Get out of the ground. There, come on. Also, you can't. Does it even make noise? It makes like a, you know. I say that like I wasn't there, but I'm wondering if the video made noise. It's fine. Old Faithful's great. Yellowstone I like a lot. Yellowstone has a lot of different things to see, a lot of different infrastructure. I think Yellowstone's just a straight up S. There's a volcano underneath of it that will probably spell the end of mankind someday. I think there's a lot going for Yellowstone. I think Yellowstone is pretty cool. Let's do that. Boop. There we go. You looked up Liam Neeson in Yellowstone and found a report that a guy from the cast of Yellowstone is joining Liam and Pamela Anderson in a reboot of The Naked Gun. That is more information than I knew. I did not know that. Here we are. Waterton Glacier International Peace Park is a special place that sits on the border between the United States and Canada. It's one of the most beautiful and unique parks in the world, featuring stunning mountains, clear lakes, and incredible wildlife. Get out there and explore. Take a boat ride on Waterton Lake. All right. Let's go check out Waterton Glacier International Peace Park. So this is, I don't know if it's in the US or Canada. They weren't really clear. They said it was on the border. I mean, I'm not, maybe I'm just getting a little beauty shocked here, like a little beauty saturated, but I'm not incredibly impressed right off the bat. It's pretty. Oh, I like the waterfalls. Oh, you showed me the waterfalls right at the right time. Lots of waterfalls. Like, you want to get a good ranking in my book, just show me some waterfalls. Oh, we need to do waterfall night. That would get so stupid. What a stupid concept of waterfall tier stream. God, oh, do I need to put that in the list? No, I don't need to put waterfall tier list. That would be so fun and dumb. I do like watching some waterfalls though. Yeah, I think it is desensitization, because the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to like it. Come on, let's go to the hall. Yeah, go to the hall. Also, these are some very bold people. I'm sure the path is wider than it looks, but that's quite a steep little fall there to the right. Month that starts with W. I actually have had thoughts this month, thinking like, what are some other month lists? And I kind of immediately shut down the idea right after thinking about it. But just for the sake of argument, what are some? This place is beautiful. I take back everything I said. This place looks really nice. Now, I think this is the sort of thing where I die. February, only games that start with F. Ass Creed month. There was, I don't remember which month it was. I had a good month where it was going to be BioShock month. Rank the best prophecies. What's the best prophecy? Bar none. You have to answer. Fuck it. Okay, we have the bot is Christian. Got it. Good to know. We got that knuckled down. Play a different Ass Creed game each day and see how. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but that's so much work. Okay, I think we got enough of Waterton Lakes. Waterton Lakes looks really nice. Let me get that ranked, and then we'll go back to talking about tiered months. Waterton Lakes, where are you? There you are. It's nice. It's nice. I'm gonna put it low B. Just because I like the, you know, I don't know. I don't really have a reason. I'm just gonna put it in low B because I think it deserves to be in low B. I'm gonna highlight that. Let's check something else random. It's a terrible idea. I think it'd be fun for a few days. Mount Huangshan, known as the Yellow Mountain, is a famous UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Great Irish Unification of 2024. Oh, there's a cable car. I want to ride the Mount Huangshan cable car. Let's try this. Excuse me. Cable car. I really like cable cars. Oh, I don't want to go downhill. I want to go uphill. You guys want to ride a cable car? What are you guys' opinions on cable cars? Let's do this on double speed. We don't need to... I don't know if... The older I get, the more I realize that all of the people I trusted to be able to do things like make cable cars that go through the mountains and don't kill the drivers, or kill the riders, excuse me. What faith do I have that this thing that was built in... I don't know. Let's just look it up. Mount Huangshan cable car. Built in 1986. Okay, that's not too old, but still. Like ziplining in a van. Alright. Let's keep... Oh my god, look at these views. This is really nice. Oh, okay, you're making me dizzy. Nope. Getting a little... Okay. 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 Woo! This is the kind of part that makes me nervous, is like when you get so far off the ground and you can feel like the little slack let out in the cable car, and it's like, oh god. What else do we got here? Mount Huangshan Adventures. How to explore the Yellow Mountain. Which is the best video we got here? First time in... I just want one. I just want one good one. This one looks... There we go. I picked the hour and 15-minute one. I had a plethora of videos to choose from, and I chose the 75-minute long one. I might be stupid. Can I see the... Oh, look at this. Actually, I take it back. This might have been the best choice, because now we can sort of see everything. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. I've never understood the. I don't know enough about the situation with Ireland and everything to ever get the Irish jokes or the Irish restoration. And that's something I'd only share with you guys. Also, if you've never seen Redwall, you could just watch Roar TV. Eventually, you'll get all of the Redwall cartoons in due course. What, there's monkeys? Okay, the fact that there's mountain monkeys is raising the stakes a little bit for Huang Shen. What y'all doing? You guys gonna live up here? That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty dope. We got our own tree. I got this guy gave me a cucumber. I don't know why he did that, but it's good. It's nice. It's nice. Again, other than looking at it, and again, not a fair judgment, but that's what I'm judging it by. Like, do you have anything for me to do while I'm at Mount Huangshen? I'm guessing nah. So what that means, you're going below Huascaran and above Mount Kenya, because at least it's very green. There's actual cultural things between Northern and Southern Ireland. Hold on. Boop. Boop. We're glossing over a lot of it because it's complicated. Also fair. I have a feeling it's like, I don't even want to talk about it because personally, because I don't want to say something super offensive. Golden Mountains of Altai. I don't even know where those are. Altai 4K in 1 minute. Now you're speaking my language. Aww. What are you showing me? Horsey was... Oh, look at that. I do like that. I don't, I like the golden hue of the trees, but it doesn't change the fact that the rest of everything looks super dark, like super drab and brown. Where are the golden mountains of Altai? Answer in 6 words or less, please. Russia. Is Cat Island a UNESCO site? Cats don't start with M. You'd have to call them Mr. Meowers. And I'm pretty sure the Cat Island is not a UNESCO site, but I could be wrong.
The Altai Mountains are a...
No. Not listening to that. Altai in 4K, Altai the Golden Mountains. Here we go. This one's from 16 years ago.
А можно ехать верхом, доверив свое бренное тело привычному крутым тропам покладистому коню.
Okay. Mount Altai of 4K. Let's look at UNESCO. Like, I think everything that becomes a UNESCO site typically has its own, like, UNESCO specific video. I don't think this is one of them, though.
Located in Central Asia,
all right,
the Altai region is a vast...
I still don't like the AI voice, but it's better than the other one.
Vast and diverse landscape spanning Russia, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and China. Covering several 100,000 square kilometers.
The city straight up looks like that one city in Oblivion.
It is often referred to as the Heart of Asia and is celebrated for its exceptional natural heritage. The Altai Mountains, with their towering snow-capped peaks, including the majestic Mount Beluga, 4,506 meters, dominate the landscape. These mountains serve as a natural barrier, shaping weather patterns and creating a unique oasis of biodiversity amid the surrounding arid...
Okay, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Who cares? It's nice. Again, is there anything to do? Is there anything to do? Mount Altai Golden Mountains stuff to do. Like horseback riding. Okay. Where are they? Golden Mountains. Golden Mountains are somewhere on this list. Gonna be looking right at them again. I kind of want to go to Machu Picchu. They're fine, but they're going in C, just like the other ones. Let's check out. How's the Wi-Fi in Siberia? I'm guessing not great, but I don't want to speak for them. I kind of want to go to Machu Picchu. Let's take a walk through of Machu Picchu. This one's got to have a video. See, the idea of living way up here in the mountains, just way up far above where should be reasonable amounts of oxygen. You're just like, yeah, that's where I'm going to live. Although, you know what? Not to throw any shade on the good people of Machu Picchu, but I watched a video recently about, I don't know where it was, but it was a mining town. I want to say it was in South America, where people live. It's gotta be like 18,000 feet. It's so high up, and it's a squatter town. It's basically a town built out of a scrap metal, and that's basically it. There's just trash everywhere because there's no facilities, and people just live up there so they can mine out the minerals. And I think it's like, again, not to throw shade at Machu Picchu, but it looks even harder than living here. Here looks beautiful. Even without the obviously man-made structures here, the valley itself looks way, easier to live at than some of these places that the miners live at. I kind of want to look that place up too. Like, look at that. That's very pretty. Like, isn't it essentially in the middle of nowhere? That's a terrible TV channel. Like, I think Machu Picchu is like straight up in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And you just see just ruins all over the place. This guy's getting tired. Man, these rock stairs are really hard. Whoa, watch your step, ma'am. It's very pretty. Now, what is the experience of getting to Machu Picchu? Going to Machu Picchu. Like, isn't it like really annoying to go there?
We're at Machu Picchu, and today we're going to tell you everything you need to know to get here and how to maximize your time here.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna ask the AI if it lets me. It's not gonna let me. Cool.
Machu Picchu is the lost city of the Incan Empire, and it's no surprise how it gained its title as a wonder of the world.
You gotta go.
Ubers are plentiful and affordable in Cusco, and that's always a great option so you know your price before you get in the cab.
You gotta go to Cusco.
Elevation is a little over 11,000 feet, or over double the elevation of Denver. You want to give your body a day or two to become acclimated to the elevation before heading to Machu Picchu.
I'm kind of just curious about getting to Machu. Was not expecting this person on the right.
Avoid altitude sickness.
Good for them.
You should drink lots of water, or do as the locals do and purchase cocoa leaves to chew on to alleviate the symptoms.
Okay, isn't cocoa... Wait. Wait.
Lots of water, or do as the locals do and purchase cocoa leaves to chew on to alleviate the symptoms.
Wait. If you chew on coca leaf, aren't you just going to test positive for cocaine when you get back to America? Isn't coca leaf like the primary ingredient of cocaine?
Cusco,
I know that it's also kind of in coke, but
reach Machu Picchu, you're going to have to take a train from Cusco to the town of Aguas Calientes, or as it's been renamed, the town of Machu Picchu.
Japan knows what to do with islands. I mean, I think the cats more know what to do with the islands than anything.
To get here. For starters, there are 2 different train companies to take you there, Peru Rail and Inca Rail. Both of these companies offer near identical rides and operate on the exact same train tracks. So just do your homework to see which one is
So these 2 competing companies have to share the same track to get to Machu Picchu. That's kind of funny.
most affordable for your travel dates. You're going to want to buy these train tickets in advance, as we've heard that they can sell out even quicker than Machu Picchu tickets. Both train companies have different tiers of train cars, ranging
I want to see the different tiers of the train cars.
quicker than Machu Picchu tickets. Both train companies have different tiers of
Like, what do we got here? If you get the 360 train, you get in-train entertainment systems and Wi-Fi. Background music and live music. Oh, I want to be the person playing the piano on the Machu Picchu train.
cars, ranging from extremely high-end to more budget.
Only so many jobs do drug testing, and I'm pretty sure coke leaves your system pretty quickly. There's no cocaine left in coke. Did they end up stopping extracting the coca leaves? Because I know it used to be a thing where they were allowed to, based on the Department of whatever. I don't know. It might have been a rumor for all I know.
Travel. We opted for Peru Rail's cheapest car, and the amenities were plenty nice. We paid $130 each for round-trip tickets from Cusco to Machu Picchu on Peru Rail, but these prices vary from year to year and also with the seasons. You'll also need to choose your departure location. You can either depart from the San Pedro station, located right by the from to
Yep. Uh-huh.
Of Oleante Tambo, but this definitely takes a bit more prep work. There's actually tons to do in this cute little river town. It's got a great adventure vibe. And whether you're looking to rejuvenate from hiking in the world's most scenic hot springs or get your passport stamp to prove you
Really strong image of you in the
from hiking in the world's most
really Mark Zuckerberg look coming out of this guy.
Springs, or get your passport stamp to prove you made it to Machu Picchu. We'll have a video coming out shortly walking through the top things you need to do in Aguas Calientes. We'll cover all the details and insider tricks to Aguas Calientes there, so be sure to check that out to maximize your time in Aguas Calientes.
There was a video we watched, a person doing a restaurant review of a noodle restaurant, and the restaurant itself was in the middle of a lake. And the restaurant was like giving out noodles through little bamboo chutes that ran straight past the table. It was kind of gross.
At least one night in this town instead of trying to do the round-trip train ride in one day. We really enjoyed our time in this magical.
I say bamboo chutes. That's not what I meant.
Here, head to Machu Picchu the next morning, and then catch a train ride back to Cusco in the afternoon. And this worked out really well for us. We were also expecting this town to be very expensive and touristy, but we found it to be pretty reasonable. Again, keep an eye out for our Aguas Calientes video if you're interested in where we stayed.
Guys, I watched, apropos of nothing, you know what I watched today? This isn't it. Feeling like I posted this. Duck eats yeast, quacks, explodes, man loses eye. Excellent. Apropos of nothing, you know what movie I watched today? I watched The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Have you ever seen that movie? Who cares about going to Machu Picchu? The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Munchausen starts with M. I watched this movie today, and I am still not sure who it was made for.
Of Time Bandit. From the director of Time Bandits and Brazil. A new movie full of noise.
Some quality on this video.
Flying objects.
Trust me, madam. Your underwear is in good hands.
A lot of Robin Williams. A lot of Robin Williams in this for the fact that he was only in it for like 10 minutes.
Seafood.
Hello.
Is there a doctor in the fish?
Celebrities.
I
Baron Munchausen. That sounds nasty. Is it contagious?
Compassion.
The Sultan is going to cut off my head. And?
Travel.
Now you come back here and expect me to follow you to the ends of the earth? Yes. All right.
It does have Eric Idle, and I do love Eric Idle. There's no M's in that, unfortunately.
Have you any famous last words? Not yet. Not yet? Is that famous?
Gravity.
We've been dropped through the center of the world to come out on the other side.
Bull. He was full of it. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. A true story. We've got the film to prove it.
I didn't get it. It wasn't bad. I'll talk about it on spoilers night, obviously, but I'm not really sure what they were going for. What was I doing? Machu Picchu, right? Where is Machu Picchu? Machu Picchu. You're going in A. You're pretty cool. I like you. Not real, and there is stuff to do there, even though it's like a 10-hour hike, if I recall, to get to Machu Picchu, even from that little town they were at. Huanglang Scenic Area. Didn't we do this? No. What's in the Huanglang seating area? Let's do a blitzkrieg of a few of these. Okay. Oh, this one looks pretty. This one looks AI. Is it? I don't
Travertine Terraces of
no.
over 3.6
No. I don't trust that at all. Let's do this one, I guess. This one doesn't really look all that promising, but we'll see. Oh, look at the Milo and Otis video. The Milo and Otis channel is so adorable. Yeah, tonight, I didn't really have a plan for, so I appreciate you guys hanging out and having a good M time with me. I didn't want to barf. I didn't want to barf while playing Myst, and I had a feeling that I was gonna barf. And it could be completely unrelated. Okay, as pretty as this is another place that seems like it's, I sure hope you like hiking to the middle of nowhere.
M slash
M. Oh, you ran out of music. Hey, Huanglong Scenic Area Part 1 uploader, you ran out of music. Here, I got you. I could have started Monkey Ball early. It's only like a 2-hour game. I could have. Yeah, I could have done a lot of things, but I'm like, then it's like, we gotta adjust the schedule again. What is this? Huanglang Scenic Area? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it's in the middle of nowhere. Next. That one's just getting a D. Huang... Yeah, so if I did it then, I would have to have a different game for Thursday. Like, they're nice, but it's just in the middle of nowhere. Xingsheng Tingshan. I'm pretty sure we did this. Yes, we did. Boop. It's not supposed to pick the highlighted ones, but I haven't been highlighting them properly. Sagarmatha. Sagarmatha National Park, located in Nepal. Oh, is this the Everest National Park? Oh boy. Consider taking a trek to Everest Base Camp. That sounds awful. Let's do it. Sade? So is this the base camp? I kind of want to look at the Everest base camp community, because from what I understand, the base camp has turned into a miniature city. What are we looking at? I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this shit. Everest base camp city. There's like a little city at Everest base camp.
Mount Everest, one of the world's top 1 tallest mountains. And
okay.
It's here, at the foot of the Khumbu Icefall, selected because there's usually not an avalanche there, though not a perfect rule. It's at an altitude of 17,500 feet, or over 5,300 meters, because somewhere between 18 and 19,000 feet, the human body starts to decay, and above that, human life is hardly sustainable at all. So this is about as high as base camp.
I want to see the base camp. I'd like to see the base camp.
Some of them hire locals to head up before climbing season even with a risk.
There we go.
Spot. The result, at base camp, as in any city, some neighborhoods are nicer than others. Take, for example, the outfitter that will give...
I thought base camp was sitting on mom's eyes. I didn't get that until I had to think about it. I'm like, oh, I get it. Is that like a PS5? Does somebody have like an Xbox or like a PS3 over there?
And morning beverage service. They even have a party dome. They, like other outfitters, will also handle your...
I'm sorry. They have a what?
Service. They even have a party dome.
Mount Everest Base Camp Party Zone. Where's the what? I'd like to know more about the party zone. Or party, was it dome?
And morning beverage service. They even have a party dome.
Dome.
They, like other outfitters, will also handle your meals out of one of their 2 kitchens. One with Western cuisine for foreign climbers, the other makes their local workers. The more expensive an outfitter you sign up with, the more fresh produce they'll have for you and the better their chef. But any outfitter will make you 3 full meals a day, plus snacks.
Party dome.
Beyond outfitter neighborhoods, there are services that support the Everest operation.
Hey, who cares? Shut up. I want to see the party dome. I would like to see the party dome, please. This, first of all, is not a dome. Second of all, this looks really stupid. Like they really tried to make this a big deal, but it's just a 53-year-old British DJ who is DJing in the middle of a field. Doesn't Everest have a huge problem with frozen human waste and corpses littering up the top? It does! I think they're trying to fix that. This channel is just boobs. I know it's art. That's pretty aggressive. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Yeah, I mean, just look at the base camp. Like, just even looking around the background of the base camp, you can see just trash everywhere. Yeah, it sucks. None of that's the party dome.
A tea party with a view. Climber Andrew Hughes and his crew reached the summit of Mount Everest, and they celebrated by throwing a traditional English tea party at more than 21,000 feet up. Guinness World Records confirms this is the highest high tea party ever held. High tea. But you have to take your gloves off.
What do you mean? Do they not do high tea on airplanes?
To make sure that your pinky can be seen. That's
okay, shut up.
Exactly. By the way,
I don't need to know that. Highest tea parties. My tour of Everest Base Camp. We've kind of lost the thread this evening, but now I'm curious. Hi guys. Now I'm curious about the base camp.
During the 7 summits, we're pretty proud of our Everest Base Camp. Let's take a look around.
This is what I've been wanting to see. You better take me to the party dome. That's what he was, Grunwald. Wow. I'm sorry. Wow. It's art, Feelanoid. That's unaccountably
the heart of camp
art.
is our famous big house,
a huge geodesic dome designed to feel like a giant living room. Sure, having a professional barista pump out limitless cappuccinos while you play the world's highest game of ping pong or chill out overlooking the icefall, it may seem a bit over the top. Like, is this an Everest expedition? It's not really meant to be luxurious.
Why are they up there? Probably because I'm losing a bunch of frames. I think that's why they're up there.
But hear us out, because while you may think we're being soft,
I think it's because I dropped down to 2600 frames there for a second. Oh, I'm back in the green. I'm back in the green now, so we're okay. To answer your question for real, though, people need to go to base camp to be able to climb Everest, and there's like thousands of climbers. I want to say a day. Half is a joke and a half is I think it's true. Mount Everest is a joke now. And these people are at base camp because people have to go through there and it's money.
all of this is actually highly strategic. As an Everest climber, you are spending 8 weeks tackling the toughest physical and mental challenge of your life. Generally speaking, you will only spend an average of 10 to 14 nights above base camp, and yet the expedition takes 2 months. How would you feel freezing cold in a damp, dark tent with nothing to do all day? We're different.
I'm not here to throw shit at the mountain climbers who climb Everest. They're certainly more experienced and better at it than I am. I just have a hard time looking and seeing long line of people getting to the summit of Mount Everest. This is the picture I hate. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that's so gross. Like, come on. Just go away. Just go away. Find a different mountain. You pathetic losers. Just go away. Look at this.
Different from the competition in that we treat each climber as an individual and we don't force a one-size-fits-all approach.
I don't know why I'm getting mad about it. I have no reason to be mad about it. I just feel like people call it a lot of clout to be able to climb the mountain. And it's just, just go to Disney World at that point. You might as well just go to Disney World. You'll have more fun. You won't have shit almost everywhere.
Of accommodation options. There's a choice to fit all styles and budgets. From our exclusive 8848 The Residence, which has a...
What is this? You can rent out beautiful cabanas.
Budget. From our exclusive 8848 The Resident.
You can go glamp on Mount Everest.
Has a 4-poster bed, satellite TV, and its own ensuite.
It has a chandelier. This is clown climbing.
To our ever popular personal Everest executive geodesic domes. Our Everest associate house tents.
Like, this is... We've spent an hour and 30 minutes looking for what I'm actually trying to do this evening, and I think Mount Everest Base Camp is a strong contender.
Or our standard included oversized tents with added ceiling height, insulated flooring, and 6-inch memory foam mattress and pillow.
And if you're poor, you can have what amounts to a tent.
Whatever your choice of bed,
we put it on the rocks.
To be up off the cold hard ice, so you're not expending precious energy trying to keep warm, because the quality of your sleep is another critical part of your success.
We kept your beds off of the ice. We put them helpfully on the rocks.
Welcome to where the magic really happens, the kitchen. While most camps are churning out ramen, canned fruit, and Spam, we hire...
I'm sorry, what? I lost the track there while I was coughing.
Welcome
What do we got?
to where
I want to see the kitchen.
Really happens, the kitchen. While most camps are churning out ramen, canned fruit, and Spam, we hire a 5-star chef for the whole season and equip them with a full catering kitchen, on a glacier at 5,300 meters, and heli-drop food supplies so they can prepare fresh, nutritious meals, because one of the most...
There's profit here. You know there's definitely profit here. They're making money.
Critical parts of mountaineering.
Not that that's a bad thing per se, but it sort of gets rid of the prestige of climbing Everest, doesn't it?
Is eating well.
Spot on. Man, so good.
Most climbers lose a huge amount of weight on Everest, and with it, their strength. So it's our job to tempt you in our...
I think the fancy cabins had heat.
Dedicated heated dining domes. We've got unlimited hot showers and a 2-room Western-style WC with warm water wash basins to keep things hygienic, and plenty of room for you to
Plenty of room to be hygienic. You're shitting in a box.
go about your business.
Can we be real?
The view's not bad either. Our back-of-house operations happen in the comms dome. This is a hub for your guides and your expedition leader to strategize for your safety. And
oh, this is gross.
Yes, from planning your
That's what I'm talking about, Grunt. This is so gross.
rotations, navigating crowd management, reviewing state-of-the-art weather reports,
And it wasn't always like this.
monitoring the radio, etc. Power is obviously critical to a camper this size, but we didn't want to run off nothing but noisy generators like everybody else. So we invested in the largest solar array and insulated battery bank on the mountain.
I mean, at least they're
so we
doing
can
that. That's
power
cool.
you up
I like that.
renewably and minimize our impact. What makes
Come on. Is that a joke?
So we can power you up renewably and minimize our impact.
And minimize our impact. Meanwhile, we're burning things over here. Is that fireworks?
What makes Base Camp truly special isn't all these amazing facilities at your fingertips.
We're keeping communion with nature as we're burning things to the
The
ground.
CTSS Sherpa team, who are so passionate, caring, and attentive that you aren't going to want for anything. As Everest climbers and guides ourselves, we know firsthand the advantage of being well rested, well fed, happy, and healthy. It's a marginal gains philosophy we implement.
Freezing Firefest. Unfortunately, it's probably way better maintained, which is a good thing for the people going, but still, it's like, where's the mystique? Where's the mystique of climbing Mount Everest when you... Otherwise, you have this. And that's not even the only picture. It's not even the only picture. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Let me get it out of the way. Look at this shit. Look at this one. Look at that one. Look at this one. Look at that. No, that one's... Oh, my God. Somebody brought their whole field trip to Mount Everest.
Across our whole business. Little details, 1% here, 1% there, adding up to a huge overall advantage. Everything you see has been engineered to make you feel your best, so you can climb your best. As one of our clients famously said, it's like boarding a plane. You can turn right to economy, or you can turn left to first class with CTSS.
You're climbing Mount Everest.
The difference?
Stop
is that this flight
glamping.
is not 8 hours. It's 8 weeks. We look forward to welcoming you to CTSS's Everest Base Camp.
Yeah, Kilimanjaro is the biggest in Africa, which, did I get rid of every other? No, here it is. And Mount Kenya, I guess, is the second biggest. Where was this? Sagamartha. We sort of lost the thread there. I'm going to put it in D because I don't like it. I don't like it. It's making me mad. I'm going to put it above the Huang Lang scenic area, but I'm putting the base camp there. It fascinates me in the same way that the army base in South Korea does. The one that's like a stone's throw away from a stone's throw away from North Korea. You think it's Camp Murphy's. It fascinates me. Because it's not the fact that it exists, because sure, of course it exists, South Korea. The fact that it's basically turned into... what's the word? A tourist attraction? That's not the right term, because it's not that. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the month of M. But that's kind of what it reminds me of when I see people going to Mount Everest and joining that line. Popovo Lake at Pirin National Park in Bulgaria. Sounds pretty. Let's go check it out. Let's see if there's any drone views. Pirin National Park. All right. We've seen this. Green flowing hills, wrinkled mountains leading up to white snow-capped mountains. Come on. We've seen.
Source.
Whoa, whoa,
The
whoa.
natural world is the greatest source of it.
Is this the whole? Is there any sort of Pirin National Park? I did say drone shots. Visitor center. Oh God. Things to do. It's gonna be camping. Explore the wonders of Pirin National Park. A mountain legacy.
High in the Pirin Mountains of Bulgaria lies a place of remarkable beauty.
Gross.
A place where granite peaks pierce the sky, where crystal clear lakes reflect ancient forests. This is Pirin National Park, a sanctuary for nature and a testament to the power of.
Okay. You're not really feeling anything for Pirin National Park. Pirin National Park has, I mean, it's good that it exists because it means that it will stay, you know, it looks lovely and it's not fair to it, but it's just yet another field with mountains in it. So I'm going to put that down in D underneath Sagamartha. Underneath Sagamarka. Do we get Pirin? Let's do that. We got time for like one or two more, probably. The Dolomites. Let's go to Italy. If we're feeling adventurous, try mountain biking. Relax at cozy mountain huts. Dolomites. Top 7 places to visit in the Dolomites of Italy.
That's the most beautiful view we've seen.
Okay.
In the Dolomites. Megan and I just got back from exploring the Dolomites, or Dolomiti, in Trecime di Lavaredo. Located 40 minutes from Cortina d'Ampezzo, this 3-peak rock cluster is jaw-dropping. And the best way to experience it is to do the moderately easy...
The McMurdo base in Antarctic, absolutely. Same. That would be such a fun night. I'm not even sure how to describe that, but just locations of interest. Yeah, exactly. What channel is this? Oh, that's Riviera. Just like
10
like what makes this particular place interesting? Like, why are humans living in this weird place? Honestly, all that sort of shit tickles my brain. Like the people living down at the bottom of the ocean who are they live down there for like 2 or 3 months straight up, and then because it's easier than decompressing every day. People in space. People, like all of these sorts of people are living in a weird place. And frankly, I'd be perfectly fine to live in a weird place as long as I had access to the internet is really the only thing I need. And of course, you know, Kitty and my family. But other than that, I don't really need a lot. Let's just let Elon move to Mars. Elon can go to Mars. I'm not going to Mars if Elon's going. That's not true. I'd probably go. I wouldn't like it, but I'd probably go.
St. Magdalena Church in the Val de Funes. This little pocket of heaven is the closest thing to being inside a
That looks pretty.
Fairy tale. At least that's the way I felt.
I want to say that when we did the Microsoft Flight Simulator to the Vatican, we flew over the Dolomites, or close to them. It certainly is in
the conversation for the most picturesque view in all the Dolomites.
So The Martian, that's an M movie.
And I visiting, my friend
I read the Martian book. It was really good.
Church, which just goes to show you, it's a magical place. So
I think the book was really good, but I think that Hail Mary was
Megan
even
saw
better.
This church on a screensaver when she was a kid, and it's been on her bucket list to see it ever since. And I'm glad we checked it off the list. And with it being the most beautiful lakes you'll ever see, as well as the most popular lake in the Dolomites, so plan on it being busy.
All
those people are
getting really tired of seeing lakes. Like where we stayed, I like to see the town. I'm really not as much for the, and maybe this is a problem with me. I like the civilization part of it. I like the civilization, like the people coming together in these small little communities. Like when I was growing up, we did a lot of camping. We did a lot of going out to the middle of nowhere. I really like, this channel can go. I really like these little tiny communities not really having a lot going on, but they're still having a great time. Should we pick those up at the library? Yeah, I think that one is in hardbook. I think my daughter read it on hardback. I usually recommend audiobooks, especially for Hail Mary, for like 2 reasons. Like, the audiobook narrator is really good. It's Ray Porter. Dolomites look really nice. I think I got one more in me. Let's rank the Dolomites. Where are they? Dolomites. There we go. I think I will give them a low A. I think that's fine. Let's do one more. I got one more in me. Guys, you want to know something fun? I made a thing where I could do an easy prediction or poll. I'm not sure if I'll ever use them, but it's like I made it so we can make like an easy poll, like right there. It's like bam, you could vote on the you could vote the 8 vaginas. I can't not fuck him. I didn't use it because I don't think it's really necessary for tonight. We already did Huascaran National Park. I want one that's new, please. And I also have the power to cancel the poll right there. Bam. Mount Sanquishan in China. Take a cable car up the mountain. They really like their cable cars, don't they? Mount... Where is it? We didn't already do this one, did we? No. Mount Qing... Yeah, Sanxingshan. There we go. Starting to think that China's big. It's huge, isn't it? Italy? Yeah, the Dolomites are in Italy, Kitty. That's where we were just at. And I feel like we looked at them at the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Could be wrong though. This is the official UNESCO video of why they're in UNESCO, basically.
The Hermit's Mountain, Sanqingshan National Park. Sanqingshan is a 2,000-meter class mountain range in eastern China. These steep granite peaks formed over a period of 1.5 billion years.
Billion?
Granite eroded to create these uniquely shaped rocks.
Billion? Billion. Billion year? I don't know if that's right.
This peak is
I could be wrong.
128 meters high and is known as Gigantic Boa, as it resembles a giant snake coming out of the mountain. A legend says that the snake appeared to destroy the earth.
That sucks.
However, nature also created a god to contain evil. This peak is known as Oriental Goddess, a rock resembling a seated goddess. Local people believe that the goddess is holding down the malevolent snake with her supernatural power.
People will personify anything, huh? Sort of vaguely looks like a lady. And they're like, well, that's the goddess statue.
Not only by its unique rock formations, but also by an impressive sea of clouds floating over them.
Was my snake destroyed? My snake is it's a good snake.
The area is relatively close to the sea, so the moisture-laden air blows towards the mountains and forms clouds.
This is the UNESCO official video.
The ancient Chinese considered this scenery mystical, and as such, a place where immortal hermits would live.
Can I have a better video? This is the last video of the night. Is there like somebody else with a video that doesn't look terrible? Okay, it's just these 2 pictures, huh? I do like the statues. I like the I like the snakes. The earth destroying snake statue is pretty cool, and the lady statue is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna put them. I think I'm gonna put that one right at top of B. I think I somehow scrounged a tier list out of this. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of the chopping block. Oh, that was fun. I think we are a tiny bit early, but I think that's good for tonight. Thursday, let me get rid of you. No, not you. Not you. Not you. Sorry. All my buttons are messed up. Thursday, we will be doing Monkey Ball. We're going to be playing Monkey Ball. Yes, that's how science is done. We just throw thumbnails on there and kind of vaguely remember the places we went to. That's how things work on this stream. Thursday is the Monkey Ball. We are playing, what the hell is the name of the new Monkey Ball game? It is Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Supposedly, it will probably be done in one night. I only have one night scheduled. That is for Thursday, though. What are we doing Saturday? Saturday is Super Mario Blitz. Mario Kart Blitz, we're going to be doing as many Mario Kart tracks as I can in the 2 hours. It's going to be exciting. You love monkey balls. I love monkey balls. Let's go to bed. Good night. Bye. Love you.
Okay, Chief, take him away. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my